as we've gotten better at collecting and aggregating information to make better decisions, the problem is flipped from not having enough information to having too much information. And so, the problem that we're looking to solve with technology like Lenny is, how do we take these massive amounts of information that we have, both internally collected information, but also external benchmarking data, and bring it together in a way that is accessible, but also allows for efficient solution optimization. And what I mean by solution optimization, ultimately, data is only valuable to the point that it's actionable. Any information that you can't do something with is excessive. And the filtering process is pretty intense. And we use rules of thumb and sort of ad hoc formulations to try to do this day to day. But that's the kind of thing that certain types of artificial intelligence and predictive modeling is really effective for, is boiling down these massive data sets into actionable recommendations. We evaluate probably a dozen different solutions in a given year. AI has taken up more and more of that demo space in our calendars, and the vast majority of them are mediocre at best. That's because a lot of the energy around AI right now is focused on kind of customer-facing intelligence. And that's really hard because everybody comes to the table with their own baggage experience, accent, interests, and consumers have a much broader set of problems. That's why I love the apartment business. Is we are B2C and B2B, right? We have customers who we are trying to sell our apartments to so that they can come live with us. But we also have our B2B aspect where we're talking to investors and asset managers. And so we get to span a very broad range that is not always available in other industries. But it is really the B2B solutions, or the internally facing solutions, that I think are most exciting to me when it comes to artificial intelligence in the near term. Because one, the problems that we're looking to solve are a much smaller set of solutions. The backgrounds and interests are much more consistent. And so I think AI can be a much more effective force multiplier on the internal solution side than it can be on the external solution side at this point. So, I think that's one of the things that I'm most excited about from this kind of integration of artificial intelligence with business intelligence is the ability to get there faster, but also more cost effectively. I know there are organizations out there that are light years ahead of us at Luma in terms of being able to leverage their data to provide those kinds of actionable insights, but they've done it at the cost of multi-million-dollar data stores, and they have teams of people that are just maintaining these various data streams. And because we now have a solution that has some intelligence to it, sitting over this data set, it can look and it can say, all right, something is wrong here in this data set, and that's a job that a person would have had to do, a very expensive person would have had to do. And now we have these AI tools that can do that.